I would like to begin by acknowledging our honored guests from the SAUSD Board of Education. From the SAUSD Board of Education, Ms. Caitlin Brazier Aceves, member. From the SAUSD Central Administration Office, Dr. Lorraine Perez, our Deputy Superintendent of Educational Services. Ron Hacker, Associate Superintendent of Business Services. Ted Wallstrom, Assistant Superintendent of Facilities and Governmental Relations. From our feeder schools, Principal of MIT and Saddleback alumni, Mr. Ignacio Muniz. Principal of Davis Elementary, Mr. Peter Richardson. And newly appointed Principal of Pio Pico Elementary and also Saddleback alumni, Mr. Moises de la Mora. Also up here is ASB Vice President Belen Cortez Magana, Senior Class President Brian Tapia, guest speaker and our Saddleback counselor, Mr. Miguel Wang Rivera, our salutatorian, Angel Briseño, and our valedictorian, Janelle Ayala. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our guest speaker, Saddleback counselor, Mr. Miguel Wang Rivera.
Thank you, Mr. B, for the warm welcome. I really appreciate that. Good evening, graduates, families, friends, and esteemed faculty of Saddleback High School. It is an absolute honor to be here before you today and share this significant milestone in your lives. Graduates, today is a celebration of your hard work, perseverance, and the memories you've created over the past years. Congratulations to every single one of you. Take a moment to look around you at those who have supported you on this journey. Your parents, guardians, counselors, teachers, family, and friends. They have been your pillars of strength, guiding you, encouraging you, and sometimes giving you that extra push when you needed it. Let's give them a round of applause. Although you as an individual put in the time and effort to this point, it is important to recognize that at the end of the day, it takes a team, a village. No one person on this planet gets it all done on their own. Don't be afraid to reach out to your community for help, not only today, but in the future as well. The past few years have been particularly challenging. The global pandemic altered our way of life, affected our schooling, and tested our resilience. Yet, despite these obstacles, you've adapted, persevered, and now stand ready to step into the future. This adaptability and resilience will serve you in well years to come. I also want you to recognize that high school graduation isn't an achievement that automatically happens in one's life. It requires time, effort, and commitment to stay on track to get to this point. Be proud of yourself. Most importantly, know that you are capable of getting the job done. Whatever that may be as you move forward in life. As I look at all of you, I'm reminded of my own journey through high school. Those were the times of learning, growth, and discovery. Like you, I faced challenges and celebrated victories and built friendships that have lasted a lifetime. The journey was not always easy, but it was certainly worth it. As you leave Saddleback High School, remember that this is not the end, but a beginning. You are stepping into a world full of opportunities and possibilities. You have the power to shape your future. I know firsthand what it takes, and let me tell you why. People often wonder how I got to this point in my life. High school counselor, business owner, nonprofit founder, podcast host, currently in the process of running for a seat on the Board of Education in Norwalk, La Mirada Unified, among other passion projects. It didn't start off this way. It never did, to be quite honest with you. The pivotal moment that led to this was my transition from high school to adulthood. More specifically, August 15, 2009. 2 months after my high school graduation, 3 days before leaving to start college at UC Santa Barbara. On this day, I was involved in a car accident that left me with the inability to walk. I was only 18 years old. I went from playing high school quarterback and living an active lifestyle to literally learning how to live life all over again. This will make you feel some type of way, to be quite honest with you. Ultimately, it took me 3 years to move forward with my life, overcome a near-death experience that affected me on various levels. I don't share this for sympathy. I'm well past that. I share this in the hope of you understanding how important your decision making is, how important it is to have good people around you, and most importantly, how important it is to never give up on yourself, regardless of the situation you find yourself in. In closing, I want to leave you with 6 rules of success. Rules that I have adopted to gain my version of success, that have ultimately allowed me to move forward and persevere. Rule number 1, trust yourself. What is important about this is that you dig deep and ask yourself, what do you want to be? Not what, but who. I'm talking about not what your teachers and parents want you to be, but you. I'm talking about figuring out for yourself what makes you happy. No matter how crazy it may sound to other people. So rule number 1 is trust yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. Number 2, set goals for yourself. Everyone has goals that they set for themselves and goals that they are aiming to achieve. It's impossible to be too original if you don't push yourself on it. You have to think outside the box. You have goals for yourself that scare you. I want you to lean into your strengths and go straight after it. Don't avoid it. If I would have listened to what doctors and physical therapists and people that said about what realistic goals that I should aim for, I would not have gotten to the position that I am in today. Number 3, don't be afraid to fail. Anything that I ever attempted, I was always willing to fail. You can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions. You can't be paralyzed by the fear of failure, or you would never push yourself. You keep pushing because you believe in yourself and in your vision, and you know that it is the right thing to do, and success will come. So don't be afraid to fail. What brings me to rule number 4, which is don't listen to the naysayers. How many times have you heard that you can't do this, and you can't do that, and it's never been done before? As a matter of fact, I love it when people say I can't do something or doubt my ability to get the job done. Because I know I do it, I get closer to achieving my goal, I inspire people to pursue theirs, and I prove people wrong. A trifecta is what I like to call it. So pay no attention to the people that say it can't be done. I always listen to myself and say, yes, you can. And that brings me to rule number 5, which is the most important rule of all. Work your butt off. I always believe in giving it everything you got. Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest athletes ever that I admire, had a great line in response to the question, how many sit-ups do you do? He said, I don't count my sit-ups. I only count when it starts hurting. When I feel the pain, that's when I start counting, because that's when it really counts. You see, that's what makes you a champion. That's the way it is with everything. No pain, no gain. And let me tell you, it is important to have fun in life, of course. But when you're out there partying, horsing around, someone out there at the same time is working hard. Someone is getting smarter, and someone is winning. Just remember that. But if you want to win, there is absolutely no way around hard work. None of the rules of success will work, by the way, unless you do. I've looked at it from the perspective of the number of hours there are in a day. There's 24 hours in a day. You sleep 6 to 7 hours and have about 18 hours left. I know some of you might say, wait a minute, I sleep 8 to 9. Well then, just sleep faster is what I would recommend. Just remember, you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. And that takes me to rule number 6, which is a very important rule. It's about giving back. Whatever path that you take in your lives, you must always find time to give something back. Something back to your community, give something back to your state or to your country. Let me tell you something. Reaching out and helping people will bring you more satisfaction than anything that ever will bring. Remember those 6 rules. Trust yourself, set goals, don't be afraid to fail, ignore the naysayers, work your butt off, and give something back. Everything you need to create a fulfilling and impactful life, you have within you. Congratulations once again, Saddleback High School, class of 2024. Go out there and make your mark on the world. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Wong. Now I would like to introduce our Saddleback Choir Director, our choir directed by Jennifer Connell. Senior choir members, please join the choir at this time. The choir will be performing musical song, A Million Dreams.
little things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. Little dreams are keeping me awake. Think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you bring me along.